Hi everyone, László's here, and today I'm going to talk about the easiest lookup function what you can find in Excel, the XLOOKUP. In this video, I'm going to give you a quick look of what XLOOKUP can do for you and how you can apply it to solve different lookup problems. This function is available from Excel 2021 or if you have an Office 365 subscription. So let's see our task here. We have a list of people working in our team with their annual salary. You need to find their division and their bonus scheme. You also have a list from HR, which is located in a separate tab including start date, division, department, and the name of the employees. Also right here we have the bonus scheme. Based on this information, let's start figuring out the division of the people. Let's start with XLOOKUP. First argument is the lookup value, which is what we are looking for. We are looking for this name right here. The next argument is lookup array. This is the list where we are looking up the name in, which has to be the list of the names, so I will just highlight all of them. Press F4 to fix it, because we plan to reuse it to pull down the formula. Or else, if you don't want to worry about referencing, just turn this area into an Excel table. You can easily do that hitting the Ctrl+T in Windows or Command+T on Mac. The third argument is the return array. What do we want returned? What do we want found? We want the division, so let's highlight these, press F4, and that is it. The next two arguments are optional, and we don't need it because the default match type is an exact match, so we don't have to add anything more to this formula. That is it. Press enter and we pull this down. Let's double check. Greg Garner should work in sales. Since XLOOKUP requires the lookup array and the return array separately, it does not matter where the return array is. It could be on the left hand side of the lookup area or the right hand side. Both directions will work fine. Now let's check something out here. We have Greg Garner who works for sales, but does he really work for sales? Let's take a look. Greg Garner is found here on sales, but Greg Garner is also sitting down here and working for procurement. So how could we get his last division? We just add an argument to our XLOOKUP. Let's copy our formula and paste right here and take a look at the other arguments. The fourth argument is the match mode. As I mentioned earlier, the default is an exact match, so we don't have to worry about putting a 0 in here. Wildcard is a good one if you don't have the full name. For the purpose of getting the current division, I'm looking for an exact match, so I can put a 0 or I just keep this argument. The fifth argument is the one we need to change. It is the search mode. So default is 1. It searches first to last, which means it finds the first occurrence of the lookup value and it gets back the result. But you can also search last to first. So this is what we need in this case, because we want to find the last occurrence. Since this data is sorted by the start date, so now we get the last division he worked in. Now let's calculate the bonus. We start off with XLOOKUP, lookup value. This time we only care about the salary of the person. Lookup array, where we are looking up the salary in. Well, we have the salary scheme here. This is where we need to compare the actual salary with the scheme. I'm going to fix this. Now for the next argument, we want the return array. We want to get the bonus percentage. Let's fix this as well using the F4 key. Now for the match mode, this is something we need to change because exact match is not really going to give me the results. We need to go with -1 to get the next smaller items. We can leave search mode out of this. Close bracket, press enter, and we have our number. Just pull this down. Now check this out. Greg Garner earns $60,200. Anyone earning a salary between $60K and $100K will get a 10% bonus. Now instead of -1, if we had picked 1, it will show us 15%, which is the next one. But in this case we are going to go with -1. The other great thing about XLOOKUP function is that it doesn't care about the sorting of this data. Now logically, you would sort this because it's easier to read. But if this was sorted the other way around, the XLOOKUP formula is not going to break. Now even if this was sorted in a messy way, so if I take this 100,000 and drag it and drop it between these, it's not going to break. It's still going to work. So forget about using VLOOKUP in these cases, you can now use XLOOKUP. There's a lot of potential in this new function. This was just a quick overview of this XLOOKUP function, and we are going to dig deeper in future videos. What do you think? Can you think of some of your spreadsheets where you can apply this to? Or if you're a big fan of VLOOKUP, you've probably noticed some of the advantages of XLOOKUP. It had no problem looking up values from either side, so from left or right. To look for an exact match, we didn't need to specify anything. Exact match is the default. We also get the chance now to return the last match instead of the first one. And also, XLOOKUP can do horizontal lookups, so we can forget about using HLOOKUP. All of these can be found in one single function. I hope you enjoyed this video, and before you leave, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, make sure you do so and hit the bell so you get the updates when I put out new videos here.